Peace. Okay. Wait for a couple of people. Welcome everybody to the room. Yeah, it's been a very long time since I went live on YouTube. So, yeah. Okay. So there you go. I'm gonna try to see y'all's messages, but this is different from like Instagram and Facebook. But I have baby Zen with me. He's feeding and sleeping at the same time. Well, he's more feeding than anything, but have him right here with me. You can see his little head. But today I wanted to talk about the natural hair community. I am thankful, Jazzy Girl. Now, I'm not going to be looking at y'all's messages as much. And plus, it disappears too. Let me see. Oh, okay. I don't know how to work YouTube. But yeah, I'm thankful for all the good comments that y'all are giving me. But today, I wanted to talk about my hair, and that's why I titled it "Natural Hair Community is Not Real," because that's really where I got started online. Was I was in the natural hair community. So what I'm going to be talking about today is my story, and what y'all hear in the background is a little tractor because I am living on a farm in Hawaii. For those that do not know, have been following me, I'm living on a farm in Hawaii, and it's a little tractor. So you might hear some noise in the background. But yeah, today I want to talk about, my hair journey, because everybody's always like, why does your hair look like that? And they look at my old videos, and my old videos, because I used to be just cool and curly, my hair looked different. And so now my hair is locking, and I'm wearing it in its most natural state. Most of you would call this free form, but it's just my hair being hair. So what I'm going to talk about is my story as far as how I got here, and then also talk about the products that I am using, because a lot of people is very interested in what I use, because you want to take care of your hair, so I get it. So yeah, so in the beginning, like I used to wear my hair like every other black woman. I used to fry it and dye it with chemicals, and I used to have a relaxer in my hair. But then eventually my hair ended up falling out, like in the back. Like I did not have a kitchen in the back, like it was just bald. And I still didn't equate it that it was the chemicals that I was putting in my hair that was making my hair. And a lot of times what I did, they use chemicals. Like I remember when I was a little girl, I had like the Jerry curl or the Nuevo. Like it was called Nuevo or the Jerry curl. I had the Nuevo because the Jerry curl, that was, corny. Like if you had Jerry curl, they made fun of you. I had the Nuevo. So it wasn't as wet as the Jerry curl, for anybody that, is an 80s baby, you know what I'm talking about. So my grandmother used to put that in my hair, and then eventually as I got a little older, then I got the relaxer, because it was like, oh, when you get more mature, then they up the chemicals in your hair. So then I was like, well, I want my hair straight. And so I was allowed to get, a relaxer in my hair, and it was so awful. The experience of getting a relaxer is like the worst. I don't know what black women were thinking, because a lot of times before you get that relaxer, you can't scratch your head, and if you scratch your head wherever they put the relaxer, that's where it's gonna burn. Like it's ridiculous. I don't understand the logic as to why we did not see something was not right with what we're doing. But eventually the information age came, and we got more knowledge about what we should be doing. It's funny to hear when I still hear people getting relaxers. I'm like, you still getting relaxer, girl? Okay. So then eventually, as I became an adult, I ended up, instead of using chemicals, they ended up having the flat iron. And the type of texture I have, the flat iron, the chi flat iron, that ceramic flat iron, that is what kind of relieved me from putting chemicals in my hair, because the flat iron was so hot it could straighten your hair. Welcome everybody to the room. Talking about my hair, and so that flat iron was so hot it could just straighten anybody's hair. But still, we're not seeing the logic as to, okay, should we be doing this to our hair? So then eventually, I ended up moving to Atlanta, and I ended up coming into what they call the natural hair community. And that's where women decided to do away with the chemicals and do away with the heat and just wear your hair the natural way that it is. Now, with that being said, it was such a big step from the chemicals and from the heat, because we started to realize that the way that our hair is perfectly fine, like, and we started learning about our different hair textures and about different hairstyles and different products. Like, we started getting more conscious, like I think it happened in 2012. There was this shift in consciousness to where people started waking up with all different levels of knowledge. And the black woman, that's when she started waking up to her hair, was, to her consciousness, was through her hair. Because, as little girls, we have been programmed very early on to pay attention to how we look. And our mothers used to always say, don't let nobody touch your hair, and let me fix your hair, and don't let nobody touch your hair. So as little girls and as young black women, we are we find our identity through our hair. So we will do whatever, we will invest whatever in our hair, because that is connected to our identity, that's connected to our self-worth. If your hair ain't done, there's something wrong with you. Like, why is your hair not done? And so it's like we're a turkey roasting in the oven, like our hair needs to be done. So we were never, so at a very young age, we were not aware of our hair being hair. That our hair is kinky, our hair is curly, our hair is thick. Like, that was something that gave a negative connotation to us, that if your hair looked a certain way, then it's not done, then you're unkept, you're not beautiful, you're not pretty. So what the natural hair community did do for most black women, it brought us back to our roots. Literally. It brought us back to our roots, that we need to start wearing our hair the way that it is. And what does that look like? So that's when a lot of women start shaving their hair off and start allowing their hair to grow the way it was supposed to, and we fell back in love with ourselves through our hair. It's just that deep. And the higher powers that be knows that it's just that deep. That's why you see so many beauty supply store. That's why you see, so many people and so many companies um, advertising to women, especially black women, through their hair, because they know there is an industry within itself that black women will pay whatever they need to pay for their hair alone. Fuck what they eat, but their hair better be looking laid, okay? And so the natural hair community brought us to a whole nother level of consciousness, that you are beautiful, your hair is the way it's supposed to be. And we actually realized that a lot of other cultures were more envious of us with our hair. We were so much trying to look like the white woman and the Asian woman. That's why we got that weave and stuff. We was trying to, and coloring our hair blonde. We were more trying to look like her, and she was trying to look like us. That's why you see so many other cultures trying to take on the so-called black culture. That we have cultivated over time, because the black culture, we do have a culture within itself, regardless if we don't know where we come from. The standard black culture is, it is like, we listen to certain type of music, we dress a certain way, we eat a certain way. It doesn't matter where you are in the United States or the world, we still have this underlining black European culture that we have gravitated to, that so many other cultures want. And so the black woman, we have fallen out of love with ourselves. You know what I mean? And we didn't realize that other cultures of women were, whatever we wasn't valuing in ourselves, they were valuing, and they were capitalizing on it. So that's what the black natural hair movement did for a lot of women. It made us more conscious of the chemicals that we were putting in our hair. It made us, find self-worth with what we naturally look like, with our hair. You don't have to straighten your hair. Your hair is fine the way that it is. Now, the flip side to that, what the natural hair community did, and the reason why I said it's not real, is because in the long run, we were still manipulating our hair. You know what I'm saying? We were still manipulating our hair. We were still, investing so much money in hair products. Even though the products were natural, it got to the point where we became hoarders of the hair products. Like, I remember I had like 10 conditioners and like 15 deep conditioners and like 7 shampoos. Like, it became an obsession for women in the natural hair community that we lost sight as to why we became conscious of who we truly were, that it became another ploy of getting money from people, from people, and not knocking people's hustle or whatever. But at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff that was in the natural hair community was unnecessary just because they play on people's innocence and ignorance. Like, like, again, the black woman will still do whatever she needs to do for her hair to make her hair look good. And so, we started learning about different products, and we was buying it, and stuff that we didn't even truly need. And so then eventually, a lot of women, their hair was growing. Like, I remember a lot of the people in the community, their hair was like really long, where you started to see that it's possible that a black woman can have hair down in her butt crack. And all of us, that was our inspiration. We didn't realize maybe not everybody's hair could do that in the way that we were doing it. And then I found that we were really manipulating our hair, like with the twist outs and the braid outs, and then with the wash and goes. And then we started typecasting each other, like, oh, you got 3C hair, you got 2B hair, you got 4A. It was like we, even though we were going up, we ended up starting to take a turn, and it started being exactly how it was when we were putting the chemicals and, straightening our hair. And I was a part of that community. But and then even women with locks, there's women, with locks. But even with locks, sometimes I put that in the category as well, because a lot of people that have locks don't truly understand why they have locks, but then they also color their hair, manipulate their hair. At the end of the day, the black woman is always manipulating herself to fit in. The black woman is always manipulating herself to find who she is. She just can't accept herself for who she is, because we were not programmed to do that. We are always looking at ourselves thinking something needs to be fixed. But I'm here today to tell you, black woman, there is nothing wrong with you. You are perfect the way that you are. So every time I see myself and I look at myself in the mirror and I look at my hair today, that's a reminder. Because at first, when I decided to, just go completely natural, I felt a certain way about my hair. And let me tell you briefly about why I chose to do this, for those that may be watching me that don't know who I am. So, for some of you, I had ended up 2 years ago, I ended up joining a cult, and it was carbonation. Now it's called carbonation, and I joined that cult. But the thing that I learned through, being in this tribe was about my hair. It was one of those things that I learned, about myself, about loving myself. It's the mechanics, it's the knowledge as to why my hair is the way that it is. So in order for someone to do better, they must know. In order for you to make better choices, you must have the knowledge to make that better choice. And that's the thing that was missing in the black communities, in the female communities, is that we are moving without pure knowledge as to why. And so instead of me pointing my finger, instead of me putting you down, my whole point was to give you knowledge, so that the black woman, who is me, my reflection, will know why they are doing what they're doing, so they can make better choices. And that's just the bottom line. Like, even in the natural hair community, like, we did better, but we still didn't have the understanding as to why we are doing what we are doing with our hair. And that's the reason why now, when you look in the black hair community, you see women going right back to weaves. You see them, going right back to wigs. You see them coloring their hair, because they went into a movement without having the true knowledge. It was just a movement not going anywhere. We still had the same mentality. Our mentality did not change. So therefore, our habits did not change. We did something different with the same mindset. So therefore, we just ended up doing what we were comfortable doing. And that's the reason why the hair community and black women are still, living in that facade of the European woman, thinking that she's not beautiful if her hair is not straightened or if it doesn't look a certain way. So back to what I was saying. So when I, found the information through I don't know what he calls himself now, through Master Teacher Eligio. I don't know. When I found him online, he was talking about the mechanics of the hair. Like, we don't know that our hair is real. Our hair is an extension of our nervous system. See, we're taught that our hair is dead because it looks like this, and it doesn't move, and once it comes out of the scalp, it's dead. But it is not dead. It's like a plant, and our hair is made up of keratin. That's a certain protein, and why it looks the way that it looks. Is because it's a protein. Our hair is a protein. And so what we have with our hair is called the hair root plexus. And what that is that little bulb. You ever like pulled your hair out and you said a little bulb? That's an extension to your scalp. That's what connects you to your nervous system. And your hair allows you to feel through your nervous system. Like, your hair is connected to your nervous system, so therefore you're able to feel out in your environment. Why do you think we have hair? We have hair on our heads, we have hair on our faces, on our arms, in our genital areas. We have hair all over our bodies. It's because we are constantly trying to connect to our environment. We are receptors, we are cells constantly trying to connect. And the way that we connect is with our whole being. But the number one thing that we truly connect with is our hair. Our hair is it's an extension to the nervous system. So your hair, it's like I said, it's like a receptor. It's like it opens and it closes. Like, it has cuticles, and those cuticles in the hair is what makes it alive. So your hair opens when it's at a certain temperature, and it closes at a certain temperature. And the reason why that's important to know, because we are energy constantly manifesting. But within the biological realm, we are cells constantly connecting, manifesting, moving. And with you knowing that, you would know that you are putting out a signal yourself. And when you put out that signal, like somebody said, a spiritual antenna. Thank you. That's the word I was trying to use. Our hair is like an antenna. So we're constantly receiving and putting out information. And the way that you put that out is through your nervous system. And your nervous system is also connected to what is called a neuromelanin. Neuromelanin, in so many words, is your astrological programming. It's your genetic code, your astrological programming. So whatever you are within, you're putting that out. And whatever you're receiving is because it's what you put out. Like, everything is a reflection of you. And your hair plays a big part to that. Like, don't lose with me. Follow me. This is really important to know about your hair, and the reason why you have to treat your hair a certain way, because your hair is an antenna. That's the reason why it looks the way that it looks. You ever wonder why your hair is coily? You ever wonder why your hair is like kinky and nappy and it's a little bit hard? It's because that's what makes you conducive. The more coily an antenna is, the more it can pick up receptors and put out. The more it can pick up, like, it can take, you can put out, and you can receive. You know what I'm saying? The more that it is that way. So if you're straightening your hair, what are you doing to your antenna? You're removing the signal. You wouldn't do that to your television. You wouldn't do that with your car. Your car has a antenna. You wouldn't do that to your radio. You wouldn't straighten it out, because it doesn't make sense to do it. Why would you do that? Because the mechanics of it needs to be that way. So with your hair, your hair needs to be coily so that you can be a conducive antenna. And then also the color of your hair also plays a big part as well, because color holds energy, and the darker the color is, the more energy, the higher the frequency is. So with having black hair, you are a being of high frequency. But what do we do with our hair? We want to strip it of its melanin, and we want to color it blonde or red or brown. And a lot of times when you tell people this about their hair, or you ask them why they do what they do, they be like, well, I want to express myself. My hair is a form of expression. But you're not truly expressing yourself. You're actually covering up your identity by stripping your color, by stripping your curls, You know what I'm saying? And not allowing your hair to grow. Your hair is a plant on your head. Now, all the species, we are the only species that the hair grows out of its head and it doesn't stop growing. With all other animals, they have a certain time frame when their hair grows and it stops growing. But our hair, it constantly grows, but we constantly cut it. Why do we cut our hair? Who told us that we should be cutting our hair? So if you want to know why in your life you are not fulfilled, you are not receiving all that you want, and you don't have a full understanding of your reality, it's because you are cutting that part off of yourself that will allow you to receive and for you to understand. Because, like I said, your hair is a receptor, your hair is an antenna. And if you look at your hair in a telescope, is it called a telescope? You will see, and you put it with different temperatures, you will actually see it opening and closing. Because when it opens, when the cuticle opens, and it opens with hot water, with heat. So when it opens, you are receiving. You see what I'm saying? You are receiving. When it closes, you are capping that in, but you also with your oar, you're also putting a frequency out. And so if you want to know why your life is the way that it is, look at your hair. If you Because look at your relationships, look at what you believe in, look at what you know, and if it doesn't align to that inner voice, that inner intuition that is speaking to you, it probably has something to do with your hair. And also with black men, most black men, they shave their hair, they fade their hair out. Why do most black men cut their hair? You don't see a lot of black men with locks, but they cut their hair. Why is that? And then you see a lot of men going bald. So that's your true crown. Your true crown is your hair. That's why they call it the crown chakra, because your hair, that's the essence of who you are. And it's time for us to tap back into that. And so before, I felt a certain way about my hair because my hair looks different. If you go back and look at my old videos, you will see I look completely different. My hair was laid. I used to do my hair like I was so focused and obsessed with my hair. So when I shaved my hair off, when I shaved my hair off, because I did end up shaving my hair off, my hair started growing, but I was so self-conscious of my hair. I was so self-conscious of it. And in the way that I look. I'm a Leo moon. Like, I pride myself in the way that I look. I'm not the most beautiful rose in the garden, but I'm still a rose, and I'm going to take care of myself as a rose should. Like, I never thought, oh, I'm this and that, but what I am, I take care of it. So when I had shaved my hair off and was bald, like, at first, I was very empowered, but then, that growth period comes, and I felt not attractive. I didn't feel pretty. But then being in the tribe, like, I was more comfortable being there because everybody looked like me. Everybody look, if you go and look at the pictures of the tribe, everyone looks like my hair. So I felt comfortable, and that's why it's nice to be around, your own tribe of people in your own frequency, because you feel more accepted because everyone looks like you. But in reality, that's not the case. In today's society, that's not the case. Not everybody's going to be in a tribe or in a cult, but you're going to be around people that don't look like you, and you are trying to find your own self-worth in an environment that tells you that you're not worthy, and then you're looking at people that don't look like you, that have a higher hierarchy, I would say, or higher in the hierarchy than you. And so therefore, that's why we maneuver and want to look like them. So even coming back to, like, leaving the tribe and then coming to Hawaii and being around all different people, as we say, Babylon. Like, at first I did feel strange because my hair was just like all over the place. Like, I wet my hair. My hair looks like this wet, and it's a little, and I kind of like, but other than that, like, my hair just does its own thing. It's a plant, it's constantly growing. So when I first came back, I did feel kind of self-conscious cautious about myself, because I was just like, people, like, people were looking at me, but people ain't paying no attention to me. And then like my family, now that I'm talking back to my family more, they're just like, what you gonna do with your hair? What are you doing with your hair? And so that little girl is still in me. That's just like, well, but I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. And one day I looked in the mirror, I was like, I love the way that I look. My look is unique. No one looks like me. And it's so easy to fall into that insecurity because of our self, like everyone has low self-esteem about something, and for most women it's the way that they look. And I'm not ashamed to say that. Like sometimes my self-esteem is the way that I look, but now I'm realizing that that is not why people follow me. That is not my thing. That is not my ish. That's not my gift. My gift to the world is my mind, my personality, not the way that I look. I'm not saying that I'm ugly, but that I'm sure the one thing y'all say about Serenity is like, girl, her looks. It's y'all like me, like for me. And the more that I start accepting that about myself, is that I like me for me too. And I like my hair. I like my uniqueness. I like the way that it looks. I like the freedom of it because everybody wants freedom. But sometimes freedom starts in the littlest things. And that could just be letting your hair go. Or that could just be you stop worrying about your clothes that you wear, because we shouldn't be wearing clothes anyways. But that's another topic. And I'm about to go into that. And so that's the reason why today I, Serenity, am saying that the natural hair community is a lie. Do not fall victim to the natural hair community. There's no such thing. How can it be natural when you're not doing anything natural? How can anything be natural when it's not in nature? To be natural is to be in nature. You see? And if you're not in nature, how can you teach anything about being natural to oneself? And if you look at any of these videos and any of this information, none of them point you back to going to nature. They point you to going to their website, buying their products, or going to the store and to do this, or getting this hair piece, or something. But they're not teaching you about your hair and why it looks like that. They're not teaching you why your hair is black, why it's non-ether. Do you even know what non-ether is? They're not teaching that your hair is made of copper and magnesium. And that's what makes you a true antenna. They're not teaching you that you are a neuron cell and that these are the receptors, that you just a neuron cell walking around in your own body. And that everything you see outside of yourself is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. They don't teach you that because they don't know that. So everything about your body, there's a purpose. Just like everyone is trying to look for their purpose in life, the first thing you need to understand and focus on is the purpose of who you are, the mechanics of your body, the mechanics of your mind. And the more that you do that, the more you will move forward to the purpose that will make you happy, that will fulfill you. Because when you understand the purpose of your body, you'll know how to take care of yourself. If you understand the purpose of your mind, and that's through astrology, you will understand why things are the way that it is. And the more understanding you have of your reality and of yourself, the more love you can have for yourself. Because that is what understanding is. Understanding is love. But most people walk around here today, they don't truly love themselves because they don't know what love is. It's about understanding. And if you ask most women, and this is black women, I'm talking to the black women, but all women, everybody got hair. Everybody has hair, but this video is particularly focused on the black woman because I'm a black woman. You're my reflection. You're my sister. You're my mother. You're my aunt. You know, if you ask them about their hair, they couldn't tell you. They couldn't tell you, why their hair is the way that it is. And that's the reason why they continue to get bamboozled with all parts of their life. It doesn't stop just with your hair. It stops with everything. The way you take care of yourself, the people you have in your life. It's all a reflection. And if you find yourself with no hair, going bald headed and thin, I bet you have a life that's depleting you. Because people's hair fall out because they're stressed. But it doesn't mean that you don't look pretty and, I could put like little hair bows and earrings and stuff like that. But that's not what makes me beautiful. That most definitely is not what makes me attractive. My hair, like for like, come on, your hair is what makes you attractive. And then also for the black man, you've been programmed to believe a certain type of beauty. Most men wouldn't find me attractive now. Before, when I was back in Babylon or the States or whatever you want to call it, um, men found me attractive because of the way that I looked. I held that European look standard. But now, when I'm looking like this, most black men do not find me attractive. Most men do not find me attractive. I used to date all different types of races. Now it's like they don't really look my way. I wouldn't consider them looking at me, because of their European mindset. Now, the conscious man, the man that's aware, like, yes, he can appreciate the way that I look, and that's the man that I want. I don't want no man that is not conscious and aware and don't know who he is. So actually, my hair is protecting me and creating a frequency. I'm creating my own frequency with my hair for people to come into my life. Because if I look a certain way, then I'm going to attract certain types of people. But because I look like this and I believe in what I believe in, I'm attracting a whole nother set of people. So I leveled up just because of my hair. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. What I wanted to share with you, I'm thankful. I'm thankful, Stephanie. Um, what I wanted to share with you was the products that I am using, because I am still using products because we still have to take care of ourselves. We have personal hygiene, and your hair is the same way. So first, with my hair, I do wash my hair, and one thing I learned about my hair is that it loves water because it is a plant. My hair is a plant. I'm a plant. I'm a living plant, and my hair is an extension of that. And so what I do is that I do wet my hair. If I'm in the shower, I'll wet it because um, my hair dislikes water or whatever. And then hair water actually is what moisturizes your hair. It's not oil. It's not shea butter. It's not cocoa butter. Those are sealants. Oil is a sealant. It locks in things. So if you want to moisturize your hair, keep a spray bottle and just spray your hair. It's like the Jerry curl. It's just like the effect of the Jerry curl. That's why when we had the Jerry curl, our hair used to grow because we kept our hair moisturized. And so if you were like trying to grow your hair out and it hasn't locked yet, water really helps that because water binds and it curls the hair. You know, so that's the reason why our hair is the way that it is. It's supposed to bind. Everyone hair is locks. Now, even though I'm talking to the black woman, everyone hair is locks. Even the white woman, the Chinese woman, the Indian woman, the purple woman, everyone hair has the capability of locking. You just have to leave it alone. Now, your hair is not going to lock like the black woman's hair or the black man's hair, but it will lock because Rambo, he used to have locks. He had to cut his hair, but he had locks. His hair locked on his own. And Rambo has very straight hair. If any of y'all know who Rambo is, um, so everyone hair locks. And the more your hair locked, the more that you are conducive. The more conducive you are. Why that is important is because you are a transmitter. You are energy, and what energy you're putting out and receiving says everything. And so if you want to be a powerful manifester, you have to be conducive in all your being, with your skin, with your hair, with your mind. It all has to be in the order that it's supposed to be in order for you to truly live the life that you are living, in order for you to truly understand that you are God having a human experience, and you were designed a certain way, and now it's time to come back to that. And the more you come back to that, the more your life will reveal so much, and you will have so much fulfillment in your life. But you got to get back to the balance of things. We are so out of balance. So, anyways, back to the products, because that's what I want to talk about. But I could talk about this like all the time, because it's really important. This hair in itself, your body, there's so much about your body that you don't understand, that you don't realize is keeping you from having the money that you want, the relationship you want, everything. It's just that deep. And so I make sure that, I wet my hair, and my hair sometimes just does well with water, and that is it. That's what I did today. All I did was just wet my hair And then one thing that I use that I have in my hair, you can see like got the curls and stuff, and my hair naturally locks. Like I don't have the manipulated locks too. You got to be careful with those manipulated locks because I notice with a lot of people that manipulate their locks over time, they end up losing their hair because of the tension. That's science. So the best thing you could do for your hair is have what they call free form locks to where you're not having to manipulate it, because as you see with my hair, I have locks all through my hair, and what I do to so it's not a big blob, I just separate it like that, and there you go. I have my own locks, and it will just continue to grow and be thick. But what I notice with people over time, and Stevie Wonder is a great example of that. The more you twist your hair, manipulate, you're still manipulating your hair. Yes, you're conscious and you got your hair natural and locked, but just like anything, just like the law of what's called inertia, the more you do the movement, eventually it's going to break. It's going to break off, just like with anything with that type of tension, manipulation. You're still manipulating your hair. And so with me, I'm glad that I just started all over and did it this way. And so, like I said, I'll just continue to pull. So what I have in my hair right now, because you can see that it's curly, this is the only thing that I've been putting in my hair, and it's working, and I love it, and that's aloe vera. And like I want to be as natural as possible. And I see all y'all's comments and stuff, but it's like, I really want to, get this out here, and try to go back and see if I can answer any questions, or see any comments. But what I use for my styler, as you say, is I use aloe vera. And I really don't do anything with my hair. Like I just leave it like that. But what I would like to have is some earrings. Like if you have hair like this, you need to be rocking some earrings. And so eventually, hopefully, I'll be able to get some earrings again one day. Um, so I love aloe vera, and as you see, it gives it a nice shine and it moisturizes it. Like I no longer put oil in my hair. At first, I used to put oil in my hair, and I will talk to you about if you do want to put oil in your hair. This is an oil that I recommend. Um, and someone said I still need shea butter and coconut oil. Well, you gotta be careful with shea butter because it's heavy, and coconut oil. I would not put coconut oil in my hair because coconut oil breaks my hair off. Like it's just too potent. Now I do love it for my skin. I love shea butter and coconut oil for my skin, but not for my hair. Like most definitely. And when I used to use shea butter in my hair, like yeah, it was a nice styler, but it was way too heavy. But for me now, because my hair is in its most natural state, I don't need all of that stuff. I just need water, and then if I want it to be more, tamed a little bit, because if it wasn't like this, it would be just sticking straight up. It would just, and I'm okay with that. But I really like the aloe vera, and let me tell you why I like the aloe vera, because it's a plant, and plants have properties that our bodies, adhere to, and it's really good for you. Like aloe vera is a very powerful plant. You can eat it, you can put it on your skin, you can put it in your hair. It does so many things for you. So for me, I want to be close to nature and natural as possible. And I believe that as a woman, we find our beauty in our true nature. We find our beauty in nature. In nature, you don't see anything putting on makeup. In nature, you don't see anything altering itself. In nature, you see it being in its true essence of who it is, and it's beautiful. The trees are the trees, the flowers are the flowers. The animals are the animals. And you don't see any of it tampering with itself. But nature gives you what you need to feel your most beautiful, to be that goddess that you believe that you are. Like that's why you have the herbs and you have the flowers. The flowers are there to remind you how beautiful you are. And that's why the different herbs do different things. But the more that you are in the environment where the herbs grow, that's where they can really help you and promote you more. I don't like to use the word healing because a lot of people say, well, the herbs healed me. Not necessarily, but you became one with the herb, and and you took on the properties of the herbs. But if you are in the environment where the herbs live, that's what's healing you, not necessarily herbs, because you can be in the States and they can send you herbs from Honduras, but it's not the same. It's not the same. You don't get the same appreciation by just going in your yard and picking, the herb and digesting it and cultivating it. And you can get aloe vera anywhere. And so that's why I love aloe vera. You can even get the plant at the store and then plant it in your yard and like allow it to grow. And so with let me say, oh yeah, oh yeah. I will tell Adam Smith. I will tell anyone, do the best where you are. You see what I'm saying? If you do the best with where you are, like I said, if you're still in Babylon, do your best. And the more you do your best, you will manifest and you will vibrate to a place where you're supposed to be. You know what I mean? If you really want to be in the tropics, you'll vibrate there. If you want to be in Bali, you'll vibrate there. But do your best with where you are. You don't have to leave the tropics to you don't have to go to the tropics to learn yourself where you are right now, and you'll know what you need to do. You have your own moral compass of what you need to do for yourself. And I just so happen to want to live in the tropics. I just so happen that being in the mainland of states just isn't for me anymore, and I'm going to teach that. Whoever's on my frequency will agree to that, and if you don't agree to that, you need to find your frequency that works for you. That's just how it goes for me. But anyways, aloe vera. Aloe vera is a great plant, that will aid you in all different types of things. And let me tell you why. Especially for the hair. The hair, what it does for the hair, and you can see it. You can see my hair is like shining and laid. You would think that I had like some gel or some shea butter, but I don't. I just have this in my hair. And I just wet my hair and then just broke it up and squished it and then just rubbed it all in my hair. Aloe vera does. And I have some stuff written down because I wanted to remember. It's a great conditioner. You can use it as a conditioner. That's why when you look at hair products, they have aloe vera in it. And it leaves hair looking smooth and shiny. It promotes hair growth and it reduces itching and dandruff. That's why when people have sunburns or have skin ailments, aloe vera is really great for that. It has a very cooling property and it also aids in any skin irritations that you may have. And sometimes though you got to do a spot check because it's very potent. Some people broke out with aloe vera because it's really strong. And the aloe vera also has the same chemical makeup as keratin. And what is keratin? Keratin is our hair, and keratin is our fingernails. Our fingernails and our hair is made up of keratin. So aloe vera has the same chemical makeup as that, which gives your hair more elasticity and prevents breaking. And elasticity is very important to know, especially as you continue to mature, because the more you mature, the less elasticity your body has. That's why you see people with wrinkles and loose skin and people losing their hair because over time they're losing the keratin and they're losing the elasticity in their hair because of the manipulation, because of the stripping of their hair with chemicals and all types of stuff. And so with this really helps and aids into that. And also what I found was that it also reduces graying your hair from turning white or gray, and it also can reverse it. Some people said it actually reverse their hair, from the graying. So, nature does so much. If you trust it, and if you take care of it, nature will take care of you. That part of nature, will take care of you. Coming back into nature, you will find yourself. You get a more understanding of yourself, and nature will take care of you. That's why in nature, there's food to eat. You can have shelter with nature, and then you can also take care of yourself, and with nature as well. Just so much plants can do for you. And so yes, I would highly recommend. Now you can buy aloe vera gel like in bottles and stuff, but I wouldn't. It's processed, and our life is processed enough. Okay, get the plant. Let's get the plant. It's really cheap. You can go to the grocery store and get the plant, and you can just rub this on your hair. And what aloe vera is, it's an acidic product to your hair, so that's why your hair curls. Because if it's acidic, it tightens. Anything with I don't want to say acid, but it's an acidic product on a pH scale, so it tightens your hair and that's why it moisturizes your hair, because it's actually getting into the cuticle. See, shea butter, coke, and oils do not get into the cuticle of your hair. The compounds are too big to get into the hair follicle. So with this actually can get into it, and that's the reason why it does what it does with your hair. And even if I don't put this in my hair for a couple of days, my hair will still look like this. And so, what you got to understand the components of the different compounds that you're using, because oils are not meant to moisturize your hair. That's not what they do. It's a sealant. It seals in the moisture from the hair. I mean, from the water. When you wash your hair, that's why they have oils and all different types of products, because when you wash your hair, the oil then keeps the moisture in, because the water gives you moisture. You see what I'm saying? And then with this is able to get into your follicle, and that's the reason why it can make your hair look like this, and that's the reason why it allows your hair, it manipulates your hair on its own, because your hair is reacting to it. But if you just put oil on your hair and shea butter on your hair, it's just going to lay on your hair, because it can't get into the cuticle of the hair. But there is a reason to use oils and stuff. I'm not saying this is bad, but eventually, if you continue to take care of your hair, you're not going to need any of that. Now, if you do use oil, um, like I said, I don't like coconut oil in my hair, and shea butter has its purpose, but I like it for my skin. But you can, like, I sometimes I like coconut oil, and not coconut. I'm sorry, olive oil. And then some people, they say that jojoba oil is considered the same type of property as the sebum on your hair, so you can use that, and that's okay. Oil, I use that oil, but I like oils that I would put on my skin. I like oils that I can actually digest, so I like olive oil, and I like avocado oil, because I can digest that. But the reason why I don't use oils to penetrate my hair. I just use oils to seal. So you gotta understand ingredients that you're using them, and use them properly. You're not using oils to moisturize. That's not what they're for. You're using it to lock in the moisture, in your hair. And so that's the reason why you gotta understand if your hair is low porosity or high porosity. You gotta understand those two words. And you know what your hair needs and stuff. So, anyways, so the oil that I was using, and if I do use, but right now where I am in the tropics, this part of the tropics that I'm in, Hawaii, I don't need oil. Like, I realized that I don't. It's not actually helping me. Now, when I was in Central America, oil did really well with my hair. So it just depends on the environment. But I don't actually. Oh yeah, I like grapeseed oil too. I like grapeseed oil too. So the oil that I'm using right now on my skin, and I'm loving it, because everybody's saying like I'm looking good. I deem this to the oil that I'm using on my skin, but I was using it on my hair at first. But my hair, it was like, this isn't necessary. Like, I'm so in tune with myself. Like, I know when something's working and when it's not working. So the oil that I'm using is neem oil. Have you ever heard neem oil? Neem, neem oil, and they have it in a lot of Ayurvedic products and stuff. Um, it's okay. It's okay. He's asleep. You waking up, or you just having dreams? Hold on, mommy timeout. Gotta take care of my little boo boo. He has dreams. Okay, hold on. Let me calm him down. Okay. All right. I don't know if he's awake or he's. Let me see if he. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he was waking up. Okay. Back to the program. So I've been using neem oil for my skin, and I'm loving it. And looking at myself in the camera, my skin is so different. But this is what it looks like. It's very thick, and it has a smell to it. Okay. Some people have their own interpretation. To me, it smelled like burnt fish grease. Like, it really did. But over time, you get used to the smell, because you know the properties of this oil is beneficial. And they actually grow neem trees here in Hawaii, but they're mainly grown in India, I think. but you can do so much with neem. That's the thing with nature. You can, it's so multifaceted because they actually use neem in their garden to keep the bugs away, and you can use it on your skin. You can digest it. It's like so many different things look for in the products that I use. I want them to be as natural as possible. But the thing that neem oil does for the hair, it helps with premature graying, and if you have eczema in your scalp, it's good for that. It helps with split ends, and I think the reason why it helps with split ends is because it's thick. It's almost like a serum almost. It helps with hair growth, and if you have head lice, it helps with that. It's antifungal and it removes toxins from the body as well. So our skin is our biggest organ, so you can put it on your skin and it'll seep in. You can put it in your scalp and it'll seep in, and you can also digest it. But this stuff is bitter. You hear me? But yeah, I like this as an oil. But like I said, I'm not even using this right now because I don't necessarily need it now for like conditioning and washing and stuff. Now I'll tell you why I use in conditioner. I'll tell you that. But the two products that I use, the company that I like, and wherever you are, you can get this because when I was in Central America, when I was in Mexico, I was able to pick this up. But the two products that I like for shampoo and conditioner is Shea Moisture. Shea Moisture is one of them companies that been out. Yeah, you can put it in your mouth too. It's good for neem is good for toothaches too. So many things that neem is good for. And then this product has neem in it too. It says neem oil. But I like Shea Moisture because it is the closest product out there that is most natural and doesn't strip my hair. Now again, most natural is not natural. Then you can make your own shampoo. If you want to, like they do have more natural things. But what I've found with a lot of natural shampoos is that they don't respect the pH level. They don't respect the pH scale. With our hair pH level of our hair is like at a 7. So a lot of the natural hair products, because of the ingredients that they use, is alkaline. They use a lot of alkaline products. Well, if you know anything about pH, you have acidic and you have alkalinity. Something can be too acidic and then something can be too alkaline for our bodies. Now, our bodies should always be at a balance of 7. Now, depending on how you want your hair, then you can determine what type of product did you use. And that's the reason why I like the aloe vera and my hair looks like this, because it's more on the acidic scale. It's at a 4.5, I think. I think it's like a 4.5. And so that's why my hair reacts the way that it does, because it's tightening it. Now, if I use a more alkaline product, what the relaxer pH scale is like at a 12 or 15. It's like really hot, and that's why it was able to straighten your hair. It pulled it pulled the kink out of your hair. So the reason why I'm very specific about the shampoo, because I tested this a long time ago when I was just cool and curly, and I used to get the strips. I literally used to go to the store and get the strips and put it down in the product to test it, because I wanted to make sure I was using the products were not chemists. They were just people in a kitchen creating stuff, so they didn't know what they were doing. But then a lot of the mainstream products are at the pH level it should be, because a lot of chemists create the product. But what I like about this product is that it moisturizes it makes my hair soft, and yet it doesn't have as many chemicals. Now, it has a lot more than what it used to, because I think somebody bought this company out, and it is what it is. But my hair really took to it, and it didn't strip my hair. It actually made my hair look a lot better, because I was washing it, and I just like the way it made my hair feel. Now, what I'll wash my hair with the shampoo one day, and then another day I would use conditioner. Now, some people say that conditioner leaves a coating on your hair or it'll soften your hair, but not the way that I do it. Like, because I wash my hair one day and then that's it. I don't put conditioner on it. Then the next day, depending on how I feel, or the next time I take a shower, I will just put conditioner in my hair. Like, they call it a co-wash. That's what they used to call it in the natural hair community. I would just put some conditioner in my hair and then rinse it out, and then so be it. And then one day I'll just wet my hair with water and either put oil in it or put the aloe vera gel in it, and that's all I do. Like I do different things with my hair, and my hair really has been receptive to, because as you can see, my hair is growing, it looks healthy, it looks shiny, so that's what I do. I keep it simple. Now when I was just cool and curly, girl, you got to go back and look at my videos. I was ridiculous. It's really ridiculous how many products I had, and that's why my hair wasn't growing. Now, one product that I like, that I use on my body and a lot of people use on their hair, that I wouldn't recommend, is pure Castile soap. Castile soap is a really good natural soap. It's multifaceted again, so that lets you know that's something that you should be looking into. But you gotta be careful with this soap, because this soap is high on the alkalinity. Like it's probably about a 10 or a 12. That's big, because this product does so many things. People wash their clothes with this, wash your dishes with it, you can wash your body with it, you can wash your hair with it, you can brush your teeth with it, you can wash your car with it. Like, that's a lot for this one product. But they tell you you have to dilute, this product to do different things. Like, you can't, I do not recommend you put this right on your hair, because a lot of people that wash their hair with this, it makes their hair, hey, Mr. Murray, the waiver, a lot of people that use this on their hair, they say their hair feels kind of cruddy. Your hair should feel cruddy, because this isn't meant for you just to douse it. You got to dilute it with water. And I would even say put a little apple cider vinegar, because apple cider vinegar is acidic. And so that'll bring it down some, so that it won't be so harsh on your hair. But I like this product, to wash with, on my body, but as far as like the hair, I would not recommend you using this unless you dilute it, and yeah, knowledge is power, Stephanie. It really is. If you dilute it, and it even says it on on the label, please dilute this if you're going to use this for X, Y, and Z. Like, it's very concentrated, but we just use it like as is. But just be very careful with the products that you do put on your hair. And this is just for maintenance. This isn't to sell anything. This is like, people really want to know how to take care of themselves, really. And I'm just showing you the products, that I use, and as you see, it's nothing. And that is it. And that's how it should be. There's nothing that you have to do to be yourself. Just be yourself. If you want to be beautiful, just be beautiful. You don't have to get makeup. You don't have to get anything to add on or take away. You are perfect the way that you are. Just take care of what you got, and it will take care of you. That's my motto. Okay? So let me see what y'all talking about. Let me see if I can even, because I don't know how to work this. Okay, cool. All right, so I was on here for like almost an hour, so I'm just gonna start from the bottom. Okay. Somebody said, did you teach the women all of this stuff in carbonation? Some of this stuff I did, and some of this stuff I didn't. This is stuff that I knew before carbonation about the hair products. Now I learned, through Chief, about the mechanics, the biology of the hair. And that's one thing I did learn, through him, was the biology of everything. Because we always say, you got to learn biology and astrology, about yourself in order to get an understanding of yourself, to love yourself. So, yes, he taught me about the hair being an extension of the nervous system. But as far as like everything else that I said, this is stuff that I knew way back when I was a part of the natural hair community, and to that nature. So it's just funny how it all is a cycle coming right back. Okay, let's see. I'm thankful, Christopher Jones. Let's see. Now I'm just looking at the comments. Oh, I used to like black soap too. But black soap is still a little too alkaline. And there are some black soaps out there that people that made it into a liquid, they knew what they were doing, and they brought the pH down to where it's good for the hair. but a lot of natural like that, you got to be careful because you know it's alkaline, which alkaline is good for the body, but it doesn't mean that you don't need acidity as well. It's a balance. That's why they call it the pH balance. Oh, I would love to get some black soap though. It's great for the skin, but you also got to be careful because it can be a little harsh. But I love me. So I haven't had black soap in years. Yeah, I like tea tree or 2 star 64. So just looking at y'all's. Yeah, I used to like Carol's daughter's products too, but she ended up selling her product line, so she most is not natural anymore. But you can still use it. Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at y'all's comments. So anybody coming in the room wondering why I'm not talking, I'm just looking at the comments. But yeah, so that's a lot of comments. So if y'all have anybody wanna, hit me up, have any questions or whatever, the best way. I mean, I guess it's, oh, is there any way you can test your own alkalinity? Absolutely. You can go on Amazon and you can get the pH strips, and you get the little box that has the different colors, and it has like the strips, like these little strips. I Before I was gonna buy it, and I would take my little kit out and dip that strip in and compare it, and it'll let me know if it's too alkaline, if it's balanced, or if it's too acidic. I mean, I saved myself through a lot of products, doing that. And I also educated myself as well because your body is the same way. Your hair, everything's connected. So just like, if you get an infection, that's because you're too acidic. You see what I'm saying? That's why they tell you to eat alkaline foods. But even the alkaline foods have acid in them, like lemons and citrus, because it's a balance. And so it's kind of like common sense, but not all sense is common. So I can't say that. But if you educate yourself, you can kind of move in this world without people, trying to sell you gold when it ain't gold. What's it like? Everything good ain't gold. So that's how I educated my own self and stuff. Um, but I don't know what I was saying. But yeah, I wanted to just tell people. Oh, I know what I was talking about. If you want to hit me up, I guess you can send messages through YouTube or whatever. I don't know, but the best way to reach out to me, for those of you that don't follow me on my other social medias, you can come on IG. Um, can I suggest you do a Q&A? This Al when right now or another time? Because I'm actually about to get off here in a minute. But I can do another video tomorrow. I'm gonna start coming on. Oh, another time. Okay, perfect. I got really good reception today because I never go live on YouTube, and I got a nice group of people in the room. So I want to start doing YouTube, and thanks for having me, Stephanie. I want to start doing YouTube because I'm always live on Instagram, and my Instagram is serenity underscore is underscore God. That's my Instagram. So if you want to hit me up, and that way faster, you can do that. Now, if you don't have an Instagram, I do have Facebook, and that is Stephanie Leonard with the parentheses of Mama Serenity. So you can hit me up on instant messenger that way. Now, like I said, I don't know about YouTube if it has a way you can hit people up and I receive a message through my email, but I'm not always checking my email. Do Yeah, I do have an email address. It's just cool and curly.com. I mean, just cool and curly. No, it's not just cool and curly.com. It's just cool and curly at gmail.com. Um, yeah, let me see if I can type that in. Uh, no, I can't type it in. But yeah, just like JUST, the letter N, just cool. No, just cool N, the letter N, curly at gmail.com. That's if you, I guess if that's how you want to reach me too. But yeah, you can hit me up in that way. And if you want to continue to support me in my journey, you can also send donations as well. And I will put that link in the description box because, with that, it has helped me to be able to do this, and I want to continue to do this. Is what I want to do. So I appreciate everyone that has been supporting, us and also me, in this journey and with the donations. I just like just so astounded, the support and love. And that's what makes me want to keep doing this. But I'll do this for free. And that's the reason why I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do because I will do. Yes, thank you, Blue Rain. Just cool and curly at gmail.com. I know that I'm, doing what I'm supposed to do because I will literally, do this for free. Oh, I think so, but I'm gonna put the link to my PayPal in the description box. And also what I'm also going to do, because I'm starting all over, y'all get to see that. I want to start doing more videos so you can really see what we're doing throughout the day and how we're sustaining. Like, y'all want to know what it is. We're back, we're not in the tribe no more. What you doing with your life? So I want to be able to start really putting the information out there, and so what I'm going to do is get a Cash App account because a lot of people say Cash App is better than, it's easier than PayPal. But for now, all I have is PayPal, and I'm just very thankful and appreciative, of you guys, supporting us and and what we're doing, because I can do this more. But also, while I have you on here, but I'm going to post the video about it. Also, what I'm going to start doing is doing astrology readings because I'm always telling y'all to study your birth chart, know thyself, study your birth chart. But a lot of y'all don't understand what the birth chart is about. And so what I'm doing, yeah, you can do that. That's yeah, you can also do that Cash App as well. But I'm gonna get another one too. So I always tell you guys to study your birth chart to truly understand yourself and know yourself, and have the best. And have J Love you funny, and to be your very best. But in order for you to be your very best, very 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 best, one must understand themselves and know themselves, truly love themselves. And one way to do that is through astrology because astrology, yes, it's the moon and the stars and the planet, but astrology also shows you the patterns of your mind because we always say everything is all in your mind. That's the first hermetic principle. Everything is mental. Well, if everything is mental, I must understand this mental plane, and the way you can do that is through astrology. And so what I'm going to start doing is I'm gonna start helping people with their astrology, with their birth chart. You can do astrology readings and teachings. And so if you want to hit me up, like I said, through each of those different handles, you can hit me up through the IG, through the Facebook, and even through YouTube if that is my YouTube thing. And I'm never gonna ask anybody to give me money. I'm doing it for free. This isn't a job. This is my life. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I appreciate those that want to continue to support me in this journey, so I will be able to do those things. But I'm actually not charging, for you to do it. But I do appreciate, any donations so that we can continue to spread this light and be, an example and show you that it can be done. So just like I said, hit me up because it's been very successful. Like I had told people on IG and people been hitting me up, and I really been helping a lot of people. And I was like, I want to continue to extend this because I love astrology. Like astrology is my thing. I love it. You think I like talking about hair? I love astrology because it's another way of understanding yourself. It's not the only way, but it's another way for you to understand yourself and understand the people around you. You know what I mean? So again, hit me up on those different handles. I will also put some more information in the description box as well, as far as the links and everything that I talked about today. So this has been a very great video. I'm so glad to be back on YouTube. I really enjoy being on YouTube. This is a good crowd. If you have any questions, just hit me up or any comments or whatever. Okay. Look at Bella Malmy already talking about. I don't understand. My son Virgo sun and Virgo moon. Girl, if you only understood what Moon and Virgo meant, it will change your life forever. Okay, but you gotta hit me up. All right, so I'm gonna get off here because I'm hungry and yeah, I wanna. Oh, I'm hungry, so I'm about to go ahead and fix something to eat. And for those that you wanna know, because you always wanna know what I'm cooking, I'm gonna make a delicious salad. Cause like we're on this farm and we get like lettuce, fresh lettuce, organic lettuce, and I just love going out and picking the head of lettuce that I want. But yeah, I've been eating a lot of salad and drinking a lot of smoothies, and sweet potatoes and rice, and yeah. So that's what I'm going to be preparing and see what else I can find in the kitchen. All right, well y'all have an excellent day and stay tuned to my Q&A video. I probably will come on YouTube. I'm going to be doing different lives. Hey Simon, I'm going to be doing different lives, so make sure you're connected. Don't just be staying on YouTube. Because I'm going to be on YouTube. I'm going to be on Instagram. I'm also going to try to be on Facebook. But these two I like. I like YouTube and I like Instagram. But I'm not going to neglect Facebook because I still got people on there that want to know what I'm talking about. Okay. But bye bye, as Stephanie say. All right.